Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the after party. Yeah, that's really stupid. I'm going to stop doing that one day. But right now, I just like calling myself stupid. It is stupid. Don't get me wrong. It's not like it's something I was like. No, it's really cool. I'm just trying to make it sound stupid. No, it's really stupid. But I don't have anything better right now, so that's what it is. Hi guys, hope you're well. No offense, but I really don't want to be talking to you right now. Um, that's not as bad as it seems. Let me explain. I would much rather be doing a game stream right now, which is what I was planning and what I set up to do. And then my satellite said, no, fuck you. I'm like, oh, well, I guess I'm not doing that. And that pissed me off. You know, I recognize that is such a 2020 Western world problem. You know, like he's upset his satellite's not working, so he can't play a game on the internet. I get it, but that doesn't make me any less annoyed at the moment right now. We'd prefer you were resting or sleeping, but we'll take talkie talk. Yeah, no, I actually got some kind of decent sleep last night. Not great decent sleep, but some kind of decent sleep. Don't care about what that is. Sorry, my phone keeps dinging in my ear. Mike Downey, thank you. Just woke up from a nap. Hi, Monk. Hello. Hope you're well. So yeah, I wanted to play a game. I haven't played one on my channel in a few days. And hang on, I gotta shut off this damn sound. Lady Monkey's just gonna have to be upset that I miss her text sometimes. Let's see. Call volume. No, call volume's fine. Ring volume. There we go. And media volume can be all the way fucking off. There we go. Hopefully my phone won't be going ding. I'm so annoyed right now. This is Kyle. Thank you so much. Hi, chat people and Monkey. Hello. Hope you're well. Do you want to borrow my Mega Drive? You don't need net for that. No, I can still play the game. I just can't stream the game. Oh, I need to turn this down too. It's going to deafen me. There we are. So instead of playing a game, I'm going to come on here and whine about stupid people on the internet. How about that? Well, we're going to start with Christopher Cuomo, which is what he goes by over on the Twitter machine. Christopher Cuomo. He doesn't, that formal Christopher. Nobody calls you that. Shut up, Chris. The person who calls you that's your mom when she's beating you. Hey, Poppy. How you doing? Christopher Cuomo, he's had the corona, you guys. He's had the corona real bad. It made him say things he didn't mean to say about hating his job. It was the fever, you guys. He had the fever of the flavor of the hate. And so he goes on this rant on his radio show. And on his radio show, he tells us that on Easter Sunday, he's out with his family. Now, when I originally heard the story, I thought he meant he was just out in his yard. But no. He was out at a different property. Which I hear is a 30-minute drive or 30 miles, I don't remember which, away from his actual residence, from where he's supposed to be quarantined because he has the Wuhan virus. Now, remember, this is all Chris telling us this. It's all Chris. Cryptic, thank you. I will correct him for you. Fredo, it's Fredo. I'm being kind today. Christopher Cuomo goes on Easter Sunday out to this other property where he's having a house built. And he's out there with his wife, his children, and some other woman. Nobody's ever told us who this other woman is. I'm imagining it's how his wife gets a male influence in her life because Chris isn't providing it. So he tells us Easter Sunday, he's out there doing this. And he tells us this not because he's happy to be with his family. No. He tells us this because some dude on a bicycle rides up on him and goes, "Aren't you Chris Cuomo? Shouldn't you be home quarantined?" And he's like, I want to be able to tell people to go to hell. Chris was mad. Chris was very mad that this person pointed out he was breaking quarantine and putting his family in danger. Now, according to the guy, because Chris didn't tell us who this was, but the guy came out and told us and filed a police report. Thank you, Mike Downey. $2 to not be kind. We won't tell Lady Monkey blame me. Oh, like she could stop me. So Fredo's out there with his wife and kids, and this guy rolls up on him, and it makes him really, really mad to the point where he goes on his radio show. Yes, guys, Christopher Cuomo has a radio show on Sirius XM satellite radio. Hey, Sirius XM, come talk to me. I will give you a better show, and it'll be cheaper, I promise. I got tons of library you can go listen to, and you'll be like, oh, yeah, that's much better. Anyhow, so Fredo goes on to his radio show and tells the world about how much he hates his job. He hates having to talk to politicians on the left and right who are just full of shit. He hates that Donald Trump is full of shit. And more importantly, he really hates that people can say mean things to him and he can't just beat them up. Now, I am paraphrasing there. I'm paraphrasing. It's not exactly what he said. You have to read between the lines. And believe me, there's a ton of space between those lines for reading. But yeah, he's really mad, really, really mad that he can't go out there and just punch people. He references when he was called Fredo. Now, for those of you who don't know the Fredo story, he's walking somewhere with his family. I forget the venue. And some guy called him Fredo. Some kid, actually. This kid couldn't have been, maybe 20? And there was another kid with him, and they're giggling about it. And Chris loses his fucking mind. Chris loses his fucking mind and starts threatening this kid and threatening to throw him down a flight of stairs. And it was just funny as shit that Fredo lost his mind over being called Fredo, to the point that months later, this may have even been a year by now, he's still upset about it because the video comes out and goes viral. And it makes Chris look like the asshole that he is. It makes him look like a fucking bully who can't take the slightest of criticism. And then we had to hear all about how Fredo is the N-word for Italians. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? Literally, the first time I heard Fredo as an insult was Bill Maher talking about the Kennedys. He called Edward Kennedy, little Teddy, Fredo. For those of you who don't know, the Kennedy family's Irish, not Italian. But Fredo took tons of offense to this and wanted to beat this kid up because he might as well have been calling him the N-word for Italians. Okay, so Fredo brings this up during his radio show, where again, he tells us on Easter Sunday that he's out with his family breaking quarantine. Okay? Keep that in mind. They had the fucking balls on CNN to do this very dramatic shot of Fredo Cuomo coming up out of the basement where he's been in quarantine all this time. And this is what I wanted. I just wanted to come up these stairs and be with my family. Bitch, what? Fredo said what? Wait a minute. How long has it been since Easter? That was on the 12th, right? So we're not even 9 days away. And this happened last night. So not even a full week away. The only thing Chris wanted was to come up those stairs and be with his family like he's done, obviously, before. Like, you're a fucking liar, dude. Chicago Mike, thank you. Fredo, watch out at that toll plaza. Oh, yeah. No, that was Sunny. Fredo, you see, don't let your brothers take you fishing. Well, your brother's friend, actually. Pat says, lying his ass off and lefties believing it. Yeah, well, I had just watched John Ward's latest video where he's talking about Fredo and Fredo's condition, because Fredo has played this shit up like good God, get out, man. But he points out John points out the various different ways that Fredo's lied his ass off about this, including the whole coming up out of the basement to go to the Easter thing. CNN, I know you think your audience is dumb, and I know you're right about that, and it upsets me a little bit that large of a chunk, even as small as CNN's audience is, it's a decent chunk of Americans, and it does bother me that there's that many of them out there that are this fucking stupid that they will listen to a man By the way, this is even better because the day after the story breaks up about Cuomo coming out and talking about how much he hates his job, he said, I never said it. I never meant it on his TV show that night. I never said it. I never meant it. It's on fucking audio tape. It went out to the whole fucking internet. Now, not many people listen to it because it's Chris Cuomo on Sirius XM. How many people are actually tuning into that shit? But anyway, it's out there. It's recorded. It's factual. You said it. But he says, I didn't say it. Yes, you did. And then he follows up, I didn't say it with, I didn't mean it. Which is it? Which is it? Did you not say it or did you not mean it? Because one of those things is not like the other. But this is the audience. And so I just finished watching John Ward's video when I saw the story about Chris and his, this is what I've been looking forward to, coming up out of the basement and being with my family. I don't know why I went a little Bill Clinton there. I can't do a Fredo impression. He's got a very boring voice, actually. There's nothing exciting or not exciting, stand outish about his name or about his voice. Chicago Mike, thank you. Oops, I got Fredo and Sonny confused. Yeah, I'm sure Mario's done that a few times too. I think it makes him both a liar and a hypocrite. Also, afternoon, folks. Nothing for you here exactly. Fredo's a liar. Fredo's a goddamn liar. He does have the best rated show over there on CNN. So CNN threw some money at him or some shit. Reportedly, I'm just telling you what I saw in the news. I'm not being conspiratorial here, YouTube. That's reportedly. He was in contract negotiations or some shit. And he says that he really loves his job, which contrasts with what he said the day before. He said that, he's got enough money. He could live forever off it. He could go do what he wants to do, which is apparently infecting his family with coronavirus. Officer Buck, thank you, who says, hello, annoyed. Hello back. So that's one of the people on Twitter was like, you got to be fucking kidding me. And in fairness, Chris didn't put that out. I actually read the story about him doing that on Breitbart. And it just made me laugh. It made me laugh because, come on, man. We all know you broke quarantine with your family, fuckhead. The fuck do you mean? The fuck do you mean? Hey, this is what I've been looking forward to. Bitch, you've been doing it the whole time and accidentally bragged about it. You dumb motherfucker. Cryptic, thank you. I will lie my ass off CNN if you pay me like Fredo. You know what? I would. Fredo money, I'll go on there and read their stupid shit. I'll talk shit, on my radio show about it, though. Yeah, Chris makes good money. He's probably making, 7, 8 digits a year? He's probably making $10, $12 million a year. I honestly don't know. Nut says, put his kids at risk. He did, but, here's the thing, because I've seen a lot of people focus on that part of it. With kids, it's probably not as big a deal. However, he did report that his wife has the corona. I wonder how she got it, Fredo. You dumb motherfucker. You're out there running around with her. The biker, whatever the hell it was, who reported him for this and who he threw this fit over, said that he was not obeying social distancing rules while he was out there with his family, which means he was getting closer than 6 feet to his family. And while kids may not get sick from this, you know what they can do? Pass it along to mom, which he probably passed it on. Now, here's the other part of that. I'm not quite sure I believe Chris has the coronavirus. I'm not really sure he has it. If he did have it, man, he did pretty well. All he ever really got was a fever. And I'm sorry, Chris, if you really have it, I do really hope you get better. I really hope your wife gets better. I mean, she's obviously not a smart woman. Well, she could be smart. You got money. Okay, she's not a very discerning woman. She married your dumb ass and decided to hang out with your sickly ass on Easter. But I don't believe you were actually sick, Chris. I really don't. If you're what coronavirus looks like, I think most people will be okay with it. I got the fever, man. I got the fevers. I'm just all hot up in here. I'm so hot. Look how sick I am, you guys. I put on red makeup today. I don't know why I went kind of Bernie Sanders with him there. I don't know how to do it, Chris. I don't know how his wife does, Chris. She married into the anointed family, hoping it's going to really pay off. Look, Eagle, one way or another, this woman is set for life. She's either going to be able to spend his money with or without him, or they're going to whack her. Cryptic, thank you. He never had it. That dildo he forgot was infected. Ooh. Kingslayer, thank you. She probably got it from her side piece. Ooh. Oh. Nah, if she has it and he did, she got it from him. She got it from him. Have you seen Tim's video on Cuomo? No. I think this is the only one I've seen. All of the other Cuomo stuff I've talked about is from reading and thinking he's an asshole. Pretty easy ways to talk about him. I don't believe he ever had it. Sorry, CNN. I'd like to see the results. I know there's some HIPAA stuff in there, but he can release his own results. Let's see the actual paperwork, Fredo. You lying cocksucker. Whew. If you did it. If he did have it. Okay, Chris, you lying about having, if you lied about having this, that's dickish. It really is. It's really fucking dickish. But if you really did have it, seriously, all joking aside, if you really did have it, you are a bigger cocksucker than if you lied about having it. Because you did. You put your family in danger, you son of a bitch. Now, I don't know if you don't like your wife, so you were trying to kill her, but what about your kids? Just because kids don't normally get sick, don't normally have complications from this, doesn't mean none will. If you actually had this, you put your goddamn family in danger. Because I don't like being in the basement, Ma. You have this giant fucking home. I guarantee you there's amenities down there that you and I don't have. That this little fucker, he was just fine living in the basement for however long he needed to. 2-3 weeks, he'd have been fine. And this is a motherfucker who goes out there and chastises people for going to protests. This motherfucker was out there with his family, with his wife and fucking children. I hope you lied, because that makes you less of a prick. Told you I'm annoyed, guys. Next up on the monkey hit list is Elizabeth fucking Warren. We haven't talked about old Pocahontas in a little while, but she popped up on I still follow all the people from the election. I need to stop following some of them for my blood pressure. But over on the I got to show this on the stream. Purple Pill did this. Let's so don't forget to protect your nuts. And it's Stargazer with a little mask on. I like that. For those who know, like, but her name is Knights. You need to hang around a little bit more so you understand that. Anyway, Miss Warren has decided she's really unhappy with Donald Trump saying he's going to close down immigration for a while. There's a whole bunch of people that are mad about this. Like, wait a minute. Why can't we let illegals in? This is Elizabeth Warren. Let me read her stupid shit. Where did that fucking thing go? Immigrants are on the front lines of the coronavirus response. I wish I could do an Indian accent because I would be doing it so hard right now. Putting their lives at risk to be sure our communities are fed, healthy, and safe. The Trump administration needs to stop using this pandemic as cover to implement their xenophobic agenda. All right, let's discuss this. You fucking cunt. Donald Trump, for the last, month and a half, has been bitched at by the left for not being the authoritarian fascist dictator cocksucker that they wanted him to be. How dare you not do this? So last night, Trump tweets out that he's going to use an executive order to halt immigration for a while. Temporarily halt immigration. Just stop it for right now, for a little bit. And they all come out, oh, we knew it. He's just trying to keep out the darkies. No. If he was going to do that, the perfect time to do that would have been way back when he stopped travel from China. Way back when he stopped travel from Europe. There's lots of times throughout this whole timeline that it would have made sense for him to go, nope, no more immigration right now. Frankly, he should have done this way back then. But if you're talking about using a panic for this reason, doing it right now is not the time it makes sense at all, because immigration has still gone on all this time. Do you think Donald Trump did not know that immigration was still happening? We're not talking about illegals right now, guys. Not illegals. Normal immigration. No matter across the world. Now, we haven't got to see the executive order yet. All we saw was his tweet, or at least last I checked. I haven't looked in a little bit, so maybe the executive order has been drafted and he's getting ready to sign it or has signed it. But all he said, halt immigration. That'd be from everywhere. So her saying xenophobic, at least she used the right words. She didn't say racist, as so many morons on Twitter did. But I want to talk about what she said right here. Immigrants are on the front lines of the coronavirus response, putting their lives at risk to make sure communities are fed, healthy, and safe. I'm not going to disagree with her on that. For two reasons. Yes, there are some immigrants who are on the front lines working from fast food all the way up to being doctors. They are on the front lines of this with the rest of us. However, that has fuck all to do with any who would come tomorrow. That has fuck all with anyone who would come next week. I got it. Liz, I need you to listen to me for just a minute. Somebody in Mexico right now who would have immigrated tomorrow is not on the front lines of fuck all here in the U.S. An Irish immigrant who's not here today and would have been here tomorrow isn't on the front lines of fuck all in America right now, you silly, simple-minded bitch. There's stop conflating things that don't fucking go together. Immigrants do a lot. There's a lot of great people come to this country and help it grow. And they're wonderful when they come here together. When they come here the right way and want to integrate into our society and just melt with the rest of us. They're great people. There's tons of them out there. Thomas, thank you so much. This is my first try at Super Chats and a donation well overdue. Love you, Monkey Man. Love you back. That is very kind. Thank you. Thank you indeed. Holy crap. You're in New Zealand? Is that what that is? NZ? My voice is being heard out there. Oh, God, I'm not going to end up in a shooting, am I? Not you. Sorry, Thomas. I didn't mean to suggest you. But I'm being heard out that way. Apparently what's heard on the internet can fuck you guys up. But thank you. That is very, very kind. And Cryptic, thank you. Let's also deport the illegal ones into a volcano. Now, I wasn't getting to the illegals yet. But I'm a little annoyed at this because I knew this was going to happen. When I first saw this last night, and I wasn't the only one. I'm not claiming to be really fucking smart here. But I knew this was going to happen as soon as I saw it. It's like, oh no, here comes the racist xenophobia bullshit. They're finally getting their fascist racist dictator. Not paying attention to the fact this been this way all along. Now, let's take a moment and wonder, why would immigration be halted for a little bit? We are flattening the curve is what they call it. You have this big spike in coronavirus and it rounds off. There's this point where it peaks. There's the apex and then it comes down. And you want it to flatten so that it's not going up any higher, like a roller coaster. And we're finally getting to that point. In New York, what are the other big states? Michigan, New Jersey, all of these they're seeing that rounding, which, because those are the big ones in the US itself is seeing that. You know what for all of you assholes out there, we shouldn't be out there protesting. That's people being near people. You know what you have to do to immigrate? Yeah, you got to see people. You got to be around people. And there's two problems here. One, possibly infecting newly arrived folks, or two, newly arrived folks infecting us. Thank you, Officer Buck. Tomorrow's headline says New Zealand mass shooter reported to have said, "Shh, just let it happen," before killing 50 people. You know, I'm kind of with Jack now. That's going to haunt my fucking dreams. It's going to haunt my fucking dreams. Holy shit. Oh, you know what? I wouldn't react like PewDiePie. I would feel bad in that situation. I understand why he felt bad, because that's his thing, being attached to, such a horrible, horrible tragedy. But other than that, I'd be like, it ain't my fault the dickhead liked what I said. There's tons of people who listen to what I say who don't do that shit. Dragon Mage, thank you. Trump says breathing air is good news. Air is bad. Yeah. Mine from the beginning with Trump's always been if he cured cancer, they'd say he put oncologists out of work. And since then, I've added female POC oncologists, because that's what it would be. Tall person, thank you. Happy Big Word Day, everybody. I am not enough of a fuck. Oh, fuck me. I'm not enough of a sesquipedalian, I think is how you say that, to really celebrate, though. You did that on purpose, didn't you, butthead? Look, I can read words. I can't read them out loud. I couldn't tell you what that fucking is meant to say. Anyhow, I knew this was going to happen because it is so fucking predictable. Everybody knew this was going to happen. Like, look at him being such a horrible dick. Frankly, we should shut down the borders, because there's still border travel allowed. This is just immigration. People going through the process of legally coming to the country. We're just saying, hey guys, we're going to halt that for just a little bit. So if you're on the list, sorry, you're going to have to wait just a little bit longer. Sorry. It means fear of big words. Gotcha. Okay. Oh no, that's somebody else's word. So it means that. Hippopotamonstrosphobia. There you go. It's the best I'm going to do with that word, because I'm not going to. Okay, one who enjoys using long words. Nobody enjoys using long words other than to try to make them feel smarter than they actually are, because they're actual dumb fucks who can't communicate with simple words. They cannot communicate complex ideas with simple words because they're fucking morons. They are book smart, and that's it. Like, well, I know what the book said. Yeah? Can you think for yourself? I didn't think so. Go back to your big words, faggot. Whoa. Whoops. That kind of slipped out. Sorry. Went back to my 12-year-old self. Excuse me. My bad, y'all. Actually, I don't feel bad for that at all. It did slip out. I didn't mean to say it, but whoops. and demonetized. Look, it's already demonetized. I promise you. Wow, monkey. Look, there's a lot of times that word has almost come out and I bit my tongue. I don't care. I really don't. I grew up with that word. We used it as an insult all the time, but not against gay people. Not against gay people. It was used against, well, faggots. Stop acting like a faggot. It wasn't like, it's not like you ever said that because you walked into a room and your friend was on his knees sucking a dick and you all, stop acting like a faggot. No, that's never what it meant. If you go back to the South Park episode about this, that's what it was. That's what it was. And that's what it should have been. But no, they had to reclaim that as a slur. Like, oh, fuck yourselves. Cryptic, thank you. You love cigs, though, and bundles of sticks. That is true. I really do. Chicago Mike, thank you. So you called someone a British cigarette. Yeah, I mean, we all did. And Mike Downey, thank you. RIP monetization. Hope this helps. It'll be, it's monetized. I think Susan has fallen out of love with me. The last several streams have not been monetized. Maybe I haven't talked to her directly enough in these. Susan, baby, listen to me. Come on, man. Just give me one Pepsi ad. Come on. You know you want to. No, thank you. Well, we found Monk's feel bad line, and considering everything else that he says, I'm a little surprised. It's not, I will say that word. I don't care about that word. It's that YouTube does. And there's things that I try not to say because YouTube cares. You can say all kinds of really fucked up shit on YouTube, but they do have a list of words that they're like, oh, did he really say that? I can talk about a woman taking a fucking hanger, ramming it up into her uterus and fishing for a fetus, and that's okay. In those exact words. But don't say she's acting like a faggot when she's doing it, because they will get very, very upset. No, I do think it is a tragedy of our lifetime that that's become a thing. That word should have been one that's just a general, like, bitch. When you say somebody's a bitch, you're not saying, oh, you're a woman. I mean, sometimes you are, but that's not what it means. You just mean kind of a bitch. And you know what I mean? Anyway, tall person, thank you. As an addendum to my previous Streamlabs, the word strengths can be considered a big word. It is the longest word in the English language that has a single vowel. Wow, I did not know that, but that's cool. That's cool. It really is. That's a word that should fuck my brain all up, but my brain gets it because it's pronounced as it's written. Anyway, everyone's brain skipped a beat. Well, these things happen. Trump could recreate the miracle of Jesus and they would have a problem with it. Trump walks on water. Haha, he can't swim. Yeah. That was racist. Black people can't walk on water. Yeah, that's kind of shit. Our media is so dirty, so fucking dirty, man. And they don't even pretend. But anyhow, Elizabeth Warren is very, very upset. I know Andrea Mitchell, speaking of journalists, isn't that what she is? Andrea Mitchell? I don't remember. She's a moron. There were several people. This is some racist. What's that guy's name? Zach Hunt? Mr. Cunt there. He was the first one I saw. Let's see if I can find his thing, because I have a few things that I was a little busier on Twitter than I have been in a few days. No. Oh, here it is. This isn't about public health. It's about taking advantage of the situation to push his white supremacist agenda. Yeah, you Europeans who are not allowed to immigrate right now either. Trump is just pushing his white supremacist agenda against you, especially you Germans. Fuck. Andrea Mitchell, yeah. How can he justify stopping all immigration globally because of the pandemic at the time? He's suggesting it's safer for states to start going back to work on May 1st or sooner. This is one of my favorite takes on all of this. Because Trump thinks we should start opening back up the country, it's not possible in any way to justify the fact that we probably shouldn't be bringing more people in right now. Especially when Trump specifically said that we need jobs for Americans right now. It's part of his tweet. And here's his exact tweet. In light of the attack from the invisible enemy, as well as the need to protect the jobs of our great American citizens, I will be signing an executive order to temporarily suspend immigration into the United States, specifically so that we can get Corona under control and make sure our people have jobs. That son of a bitch, that fucking whore, fucking Nazi dude, the orange Nazi in the White House, fucking bastard. These people are out of their fucking minds, man. Stop making me defend Trump and I'll stop doing it. How about that? Satsu, my friend, how are you, sir? It's good to see you. I hope you did. He said he had a great birthday. I'm glad you did, man. And seriously, I really feel bad about missing his birthday stream during the day yesterday. It ate away a good chunk of my thinking time yesterday because I felt like shit, dude. I still feel like shit, and I will for probably the next week or so before I forget it, which is the only good thing about my fucking memory being garbage. Every time I see Satsu, I'm going to be like, dude, I'm so sorry I missed your birthday stream. Oh, man. Pat says, we had fun, monkey. Shut up, Pat. That's not helping. I'm glad you had fun, but shut up. Rub it in a little, why don't you? Yeah, so it's xenophobic for Trump to try to save jobs in the United States during a pandemic because he wants to open up jobs for people. I don't understand. I literally don't understand how these people think. How do you get that fucking hateful? Now, I said last night if Kim Jong-un dies, which we're not sure if he's dying or not now. The South Korean news agency came out and said that the reports that he's really sick are not true. I honestly don't know. I don't. But if he did die, I'd be like, so? I don't give a fuck. Fuck that guy. This is a murderous dictator. This is a guy who kills people if they disagree with him. Trump's somebody who says things you don't like from time to time. And you get it in your head that everything he says is horrible and racist. And basically, he's Hitler. Many of you have actually made that fucking comparison. How do you get there? How do you get there? You believe they think you're gorgeous monk. Well, look. It's not that I believe they think, but it is the process that goes on in their brain that is closest to thinking that they get. It's simple. Trump has to be wrong so he could. I'm clapping right now because I'm glad you said that because I forgot the other part of the news that I wanted to talk about because it's so fucking delicious. There's who was it? The Daily Caller. No, one of those daily shitheads. Let me find it. Nope, that ain't it. Where did it go? One of these idiots is suggesting that the Democrats, there it is. This is the Daily Beast. I knew it was one of those daily dickheads. Yeah, chat, you got it before I did. I was looking for it. I want to be factually correct and not just guess. The Daily Beast suggests that what the Democrats need to do is have a daily briefing after Donald Trump's briefing to point out all of the things he said wrong. Oh, please let this happen. And this guy says, look, it can't be Joe Biden because he doesn't really have an official capacity yet. He doesn't have mental capacity either, but they left that out of the article. He says it has to be Nancy and Chuck, Nancy Pelosi, Chuck Schumer, but not them directly. Not them directly. Can't be them directly. It's got to be their underlings, including, and I'm not making this up, his best example, Ocasio-Cortez. Because, quote, let's face it, she's a star. I was laughing so hard reading this bullshit. But anyway, he says that it shouldn't be Nancy Pelosi and Chuck Schumer. But he did say this. It is their job to oppose Trump. I'm trying to find the exact move. You know what? I bet I could find it with that. Here it is. Meanwhile, the people whose actual job it is to oppose Trump right now are Chuck Schumer, Nancy Pelosi, and the Democrats on the Hill. That's not their job. Their job is not to oppose Trump. I know you guys think that's what it is. I know you guys and yeah, this kind of goes on both sides. I know you guys think the job of your politician is to oppose the other side. It's not. They should oppose the other side if they disagree, but their job is actually to pass legislation to keep our government running, to take care of the functions of government. That's their job. That's it. It's not to oppose the other side. It's not to help the American people. It's not, because there's several things they're not supposed to do that you could see as helping the American people. It's not. That's not their job. Their job is to go in there and legislate, to do the things that they need to do within the confines of the Constitution for the country. That's it. Meanwhile, the people whose actual job it is to oppose Trump right now, nobody has the job of official Trump opposition. I mean, there's a few people on Twitter who think that's their job. That's not a job title. It's not a fucking job title. But anyway, this is on them far more than it is on Biden. And here's an idea for what they should be doing. Schumer and Pelosi should appoint a rotating group of Democrats from the Senate and House to give a press conference every night right after Trump's reality show. They need to say two things. First of all, call out the lies Trump just told. And where's the second thing? Second, tell people what the reality on the ground actually looks like. Every night from Washington. This is vital. Now, notice, not Pelosi and Schumer themselves. The leaders of the party. It actually should be those two if that's what you're going for. What's this limp dick name? What's his name? Michael Tomasky. Mr. Tomasky, you're a fucking limp dick piece of shit. But anyway, not them. The leaders of the party. No. That would be, you have to have rotating people so that they can't point to the same person over and over and go, do you see what this dickhead said again? This dickhead lied again. Got to spread that around. It would be interesting, though. I would love to see it. I think it would be wonderful for the country as a whole to see the president go up there with medical fucking experts and talk about what's going on, and then have the Democrats up there. Yeah, I knew this guy. His name's Chris. He's really sick in his basement right now. That's the reality on the ground. Dragon Mage, thank you so much. Did you hear about AOC cheering oil going negative? Yes, I did. I don't know if I have that story where I can pull it up, but she deleted a tweet yesterday, guys, where she's cheering the fact that the oil went negative. Was it negative 30 some dollars was the futures on May's oil? May? I can't remember. Don't trust me on any of those things, but oil went negative. That is fact. You can look that up. The lowest it's ever been since the trading market, this futures trading market opened in 86. And she actually cheered. And she took the tweet down. She took the tweet down and rewrote it because somebody went, that sounds like you're cheering people losing money and, living under a bridge for the rest of their life, you fuck nut. So she rephrased it. This is good for the environment. It's a good time for us to transition over to renewable energies and my Green New Deal. And I'll be on OnlyFans later today. I love when I make myself laugh. Anyway, so yeah, she corrected that real quick, but a lot of people were able to catch the screenshot. Yeah, she's kind of a cunt. I don't know if you guys knew that already or not, but Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez is kind of a cunt. She really is. She's a horrible person. And there's a reason. There's a reason this econ major was serving drinks. And I'm not being mean to people who serve drinks. There's nothing wrong with that. But this econ major, there's a reason she wasn't in some financial firm. There's a reason she didn't have a job as an advisor for people. There's a reason she was sucking dick in a bar bathroom for just a little bit more money that night. And it's because she doesn't know fuck all about economics. And she's sitting there cheering oil going negative. Look, I'm all for oil going down. It hurts. Luckily, we're not Venezuela. Our entire economy isn't based on it, but it does hurt the economy. But I'm okay with oil prices coming down and not being $4 or $5, whatever it is where you live before Corona started. But going negative, going even down to zero, no, that's not good for us. It's not good for anyone. And if you understand the economy at all, you'd know that, you silly, simple bitch. Thank you. This is Kyle. These people are ideologues to a destructive level. They really are. They really, really are. Disagree. She's a fucking moron. And so she says something with no awareness with how it comes out. What I don't understand where you're disagreeing there. Speaking of oil, I just found out yesterday was the 10th anniversary of the BP spill. Oh, I didn't realize that. Gulf City Nicholas says $2 a gallon. Around here, we were between 2 and 3 most of the time before Corona hit. Now we're back to like Clinton days. Do you guys remember back in the Clinton days when gas was like $1? Back in my day, gas was only $1, kids, and bread was only $4.50. Problem is, it's not just oil that has no demand; it's energy. Period. There's a spike in energy for people sitting at home and using that. I mean, there's a little bit of a spike there. You just have a lot of people not driving. You have a lot of people not traveling, and that just sucks oil prices right down. Now, in a while, those prices are going to go right back up, and people are going to make a shit ton of money off of it, off the futures. And how high that stuff goes, I wouldn't go out there buying it because we actually have way too much. This is part of the problem, guys. All of these countries, including us who produce oil, we're running out of places to store it. We're going to have to stop pumping oil for a little bit. And yeah, we just have too much in the market right now. And if you know anything about supply and demand, that's going to keep oil prices down for a little bit. Shiogarath, thank you. She went from serving drinks to wanting to serve Kool-Aid. Yeah, true. I got to be honest. I'm shocked we haven't had a sex scandal out of her yet. I'm surprised that she hasn't been caught, jamming her fingers in some poor AIDS pussy in the gym or something like that. I'm amazed because she's on a power trip, you guys. And here's the thing. Saikat Chakrabarti, this is the guy who got AOC elected. She had nothing to fucking do with it. Nothing. Her not even to the point where, okay, so Saikat puts out this thing. We need people to run as social justice Democrats. What justice Democrats? Sorry. I'm not supposed to call them the social justice. Social justice, that's so 2016. Justice Democrats puts out this call. Hey, do you want to be a congressman? And her brother, AOC's brother, puts her name in. And so AOC goes down. She gets a call back for this audition. And she goes down and talks to Saikat. And I don't know how many fingers she put on his balls that day, if any. But she goes down there and gets the nomination because she interviewed the best, or she had the best audition. And then you have this campaign where she repeats what Saikat tells her to. And she gets elected, and she actually says this. She's not in charge in her office. No. They decide by committee in her office. Not how it's supposed to work, bitch. Not how it's supposed to work. Your constituents hired you. Now, technically, they hired Saikat who nobody would have voted for because, well, he's a douche. But they hired you. You're supposed to be the leader of your office. That's what leadership is, you silly, simple twat. Psycat sets her up, does real good. She had wonderful press moments. You can't exactly call them what is it? These sound clips, because they were a sound clip is usually rather small, but like she'd get up there and ask these rapid fire questions to these business magnates and to these heads of different departments in our government, and many times it made her look smart. I mean, if you dug through it a little bit, it wasn't that smart, but it made her look a little bit smart. And then Psycat goes away. There's too many questions about the amount of money he's been siphoning off of her. So he goes away and he goes to work at I'm not exactly sure if it's a PAC, if it qualifies as that. It's a think tank to help get more Justice Democrats elected so he can siphon money off of their campaigns as well. So he goes away and suddenly she's like Obama without a teleprompter. She's just standing going, if. And it's great because she keeps trying to bring it back. And the harder she tries, the dumber she looks because she's a fucking idiot. Anyway, Matthew, yes, aka Slush Fund. You're not kidding. You're not kidding. It's fucking sad, man. But that's what happened. There's your history of AOC in a nutshell. And so now she's out there cheering the economy crashing because she doesn't know how economics works, even though she loves to tell us about her degree from Boston U as a double major in economics and dick sucking. Not positive about that second major. Could have been something else she tells us it is. But yeah, she has no fucking idea how the economy works. Not a fucking clue. She loves to throw it out there, though. She loves to throw it out there. And this motherfucker from the Daily Beast wants her to be the fact checker of Donald Trump. Please, dear God, let this happen. Whatever gods exist, please let that happen. Please. Anyway, how you guys today? I feel a little better now. Sometimes I just got to I was annoyed. I really was. My satellite has to point through a couple of buildings and some trees to get to where the satellite signal is. So I expect it to be iffy from time to time, but the sky is clear. It's a little windy today, so maybe there's just enough wind to push it, but it's just annoying. It's annoying. So I was a little bit upset. And now that I've got to come on here and scream and call people horrible names and drop an F-bomb I didn't mean to, I feel a little bit better. She apparently doesn't know how garbage disposal works, and that's from her own mouth. This is Kyle. That was a fucking lie. This is what I was talking about with saying that Psycat was her handler. He was the one telling her what to say and what not to. She's a kid from the burbs. She likes to play, I'm Sandy from the block. No, bitch. You are Sandy from the burbs. You grew up in a middle-class lifestyle, and there ain't no fucking way you'd never seen a garbage disposal until you got to your rich pad up there in DC or wherever the fuck you're staying. There's no fucking way this bitch didn't know what a garbage disposal was. But, you know, there's poor people who've never seen one. So she had to pretend. If you go back, if you watch the one where she's showing you how to make her famous margarita, she's a bartender, you guys, who doesn't know how to make a fucking margarita without reading a recipe. I'm sorry, what, baby? One of the most common drinks on the planet, you had to read a recipe? And then this is how I put my stank on it. I put a little bit of pineapple juice in it. All right, Stanky. I mean, she's making a fucking margarita. Is there an easier drink to make? I put some triple sec in it. I mean, that's a little bit of fancy stuff. In a margarita? Bitch, what are you talking about? and I put my stank on it with some pineapple juice. I loved when she said, I'm gonna put my stank on it. I'm like, she'll put hot sauce in that bitch? She'll throw some cayenne pepper? It's pineapple juice. Like, no. That is not stank, honey. That's you sweetening it because you can't stand the taste of actual tequila, you silly bitch. Anyhow, guys, I'm going to wrap up here because Lady Monkey's getting off work and it's about dinner time. So I'm going to go see if I can help in any way as I, can't stand up or anything. But don't forget tonight, guys, we will be over on Scribe Light's channel, 9 p.m. Eastern time, Lords of the Night. You know what it is. Make sure you show up. If I can get my satellite figured out, I will be doing a game stream after that. Because I miss it. I've been having fun over there. Fucking satellite piece of shit. Thanks for coming by, guys. Thank you so very much for the donations. You guys are amazing, and I love you. Till next time, take it easy, guys. Fuck all these people I was bitching